Hey friends, Wes here. Did you know according to Verizon, the folks that put on the greatest data study in all of cybersecurity say that 74% of all attacks in 2022 and leading up into 2023 involve privilege abuse and privilege misuse? Now, what is that? That sounds scary. Well, it is scary. At a high level, privilege, it just means the ability of you as a user to do something in a network. Bad guys have learned there's a lot of privilege that exists around inside of networks. And if I, as a bad guy, can get access to your account, to your privileges, I can do all kinds of nasty, nefarious things as if I'm you. Let me give you a simple example of this. Let's say you have a user, a senior level user in the organization who started when the company was very young, and they had access to the entire S drive and every single file within it. As the company has grown, we know what's happened. That user still has access to literally everything in that S drive because they've never taken the time to cull that away and peel those privileges back, just because it's too hard and that user is, well, let's be honest, used to having access to all of that data. So then a bad guy happens to get access to your network and leverages your own account against you because you have access to the entire S drive. They use that to encrypt all of those files, driving ransomware across your entire network. That sounds scary. That happens all the time. Sometimes it's far more complex than that. Sometimes it actually leverages things that malware can do on an end user network as well. Another example of privilege abuse that we need to be aware of is the presence of local administrator running around everywhere in a network. So often we give end users local administrator rights so that they can install their own software, they can update things, and they can make configurations as they need. And we've done that over time for a good business case, which is simply so many line of business applications require local admin to operate, install, and run. So what do? We just say, well, they're either gonna have to put in a ticket every time they wanna do something at work, which is way too much to be successful with, or they're going to take a step back and say, I guess we could just give them local admin and then they can do what they need. That works from a business case. However, what happens when a bad guy gets access to that account? Same thing with the S drive scenario happens here. A bad guy now gets to operate in that network with local administrator capabilities, which makes ransomware far easier, which makes all the things leading up to ransomware, like privilege escalation, like lateral movement in a network, like getting deeper footholds, really, really simple. So what's the solution to all of these things? Well, the solution is understanding that good security hygiene requires you to take a deep look at privilege management in your network. You see, it's not just about buying a tool, although CyberFox has one of the best tools out there that there happens to be. It actually goes beyond that. It goes into what's called privilege management. If you look at any cybersecurity framework, like NIST cybersecurity framework or their Center for Internet Security Controls, they all talk about privilege use and the principle of least privilege and implementing that in your network. So we do think that is a critical component, and we would love for you to check out Auto Elevate by CyberFox. It's an incredible tool that really simplifies this entire problem of getting rid of local administrators everywhere, peeling that back, and giving users the permissions for what they need, when they need it, driven according to policy. Want to know more? We'd love to show you. Reach out to us and we'll show you just how simple, just how elegant, just how powerful this platform can be. Thanks.